a full-time artist now, but before that, I actually got my master's degree in psychology. And surprisingly, I use the knowledge that I learned in my degree program in my art booth all the time. There's one psychology hack that has made selling art at art fairs so much easier, and most artists don't even realize they're missing it. And the funny thing is, it doesn't have to do with the quality of your artwork or even the price. It has everything to do with how customers are making decisions. Specifically, as artists, we often think when people walk into our art booth, they're judging whether they're going to purchase solely on what the art looks like, or perhaps even the price, maybe the way our booth design is, like how we've presented everything, the vibe of our booth when people walk in. But oftentimes this isn't the case. I mean, there are a variety of other factors that stack on top of these things that get customers to feel comfortable enough to purchase. At art fairs, buyers often aren't making a decision between one artist's booth for the technical skill over the other. I mean, it's often an emotionally driven decision, but it's also a trust-based decision. In psychology, there's something called the trust heuristic. Basically, it's a mental shortcut that allows the brain to make decisions without focusing on every detail. Instead of weighing lots of information when they're considering to purchase, people often rely on one simple cue to decide whether they're going to go ahead and pull out their credit card and make that purchase. And often it's just very simple. Do I trust this person? Do I trust this artist or business? So then this begs the question, as artists, how are we supposed to build trust with people who we've never met before, who are walking into our art booth for the very first time, or even perhaps they bought from us during a previous year, but we needed to continue to establish that trust and that rapport with the person? Like, how do we do that? And the first thing is pretty obvious. I mean, when people walk into your booth, if you're open and positive and smiling and you seem like a kind person, that's initially going to get the customer to at least want to stay there and feel a little bit comfortable about browsing. I mean, if you have your face in your phone and you ignore them, or perhaps you're rude to them, people are going to bail. I mean, they're not going to want to stay there for that. Typically, what I see from most customers is that they want to be in your booth having a good time shopping. So if you can do anything to foster that good time, then you're likely going to make a sale much quicker than you are if you're being like rude or totally dismissive by having your face in your phone and not even greeting them at all. All of that said, you can really harness the value of the trust heuristic by doing something else, by taking it a step further beyond just being personable and kind when people come into your booth. And this extra thing is crucial because it's going to help your customers feel comfortable enough to purchase that they don't have to think about their decisions, like which print to purchase, or will this one look good beside the other artwork in their home? Will it match everything just perfectly? It's going to help them not have to answer every single one of those questions and all of those objections. Because as a customer, when they're coming into your booth, they're full of all of these reasons not to purchase, right? And you, as the artist, have to figure out a way to address those without seeming too salesy. And it's best to address those by also establishing trust and coming across as though you're not trying to do everything just to make a sale. I mean, it's obvious you're there to sell your work. I mean, they're trying to shop for work in your booth, but you don't want to come across as this person that's only there to make money. It's better to come across as if you are there to make money and also to make friends and help them and get them something that they are going to enjoy in their home for years to come that's going to help improve their life, either the decoration of their decor or maybe even just improve a friend's life like they are giving it to somebody as a gift. The big thing that I try to do in my art booth is remove buyer risk. And this establishes trust better than anything. So I have a policy when people come and shop in my booth, if it's that same weekend, they're allowed to buy any print, whether it's a paper print or a canvas print off of the walls in my booth. They can take it home, try it out. If they don't like it for any reason, they can bring it back to my booth and exchange it for anything else in my booth. This allows customers to feel comfortable with their choices, because if they take it home and they find out that it doesn't look good in the spot that they thought it would look good, they can bring it back and swap it for something different. I also surprisingly have customers who come in my booth who bought from me in a previous year and they can't remember which piece they purchased. I mean, they have it hanging on their wall all the time, but they still can't figure out which one it was. And so then they're nervous to purchase another one because what if they accidentally purchase the same one? And so these customers, every time they have this little kind of conundrum in their minds, I always say something like, hey, well, not to worry, because if you purchase this one and you take it home and it is the same one, just bring it back down here and we'll swap it for something else as long as it isn't damaged. And this is the qualification that I make for everybody's return policies. They have to bring it back in 100% sellable condition. If they bring the print back and the corners are all dinged up, or let's say there's a scratch on the surface of the canvas print, then I'm not going to allow them to exchange it. But if they bring it back and it's in good shape and I can just stick it back in my print bin for sale or on the wall for sale, I mean, what's it hurting me to allow that person to swap it out for something else? I'm still making the sale. And I find that customers love this. I can see the tension and decisions that they're having in their mind, like they're really struggling trying to decide between things. And as soon as I say, well, if you don't like it, once you get home, you can just bring it back and swap it for the other one that you've been debating on. And then instantly they're like, oh, and it's like they breathe this sigh of relief. They're like, okay, that sounds good. And then they take it home. And the cool thing is that most of the time they never come back to return anything. I think I get one return every 3 or 4 art fairs. So that's a very low return rate. And this taps right into the trust heuristic that most people have associated with return policies. As soon as they realize that I have a return policy that takes them into consideration and is advantageous to them in regards to deciding which thing they're going to purchase, they instantly feel safe in order to go ahead and make that purchase. And once I learned how to establish trust better with my customers who were coming to shop in my booth, I made sales so much easier at art fairs. And this is the big point here I wanted to make in the video, is that it's not always the quality of your work or the price or anything else involved. Sometimes it's just as simple as establishing trust. And that can really have an impact on how much art you're able to sell. If you'd like to learn more about selling at art fairs, I have a free course right here on YouTube. You can watch it here. All right, well, I hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.